Hi guys, I'm Penny Lulu.
Hey, John Frederick here.
And this is the Barefoot Director.
Number 2.
Yes. And we got to give a shout out. We're at almost 300 followers. Yay! Thank you to everybody that supported us so far. We have the very first Johnny Storm. You know who Johnny Storm is, don't you?
I do, Fantastic Four.
That's right. And Jay Underwood was Johnny Storm in the very first Fantastic Four movie that was made, but was never released. Did you know that?
No, I've never even heard of that one.
Yeah, you can actually hunt it up on YouTube, I think. But we got to meet him last year at the Lake Charles Film Festival. Nice guy. And he's
Welcome aboard.
Yeah.
Jay Underwood, thank you.
And another one is Bill Bennett.
Bill Bennett.
He is an Australian film director. He's currently working on a documentary on fear. So thank you, Bill Bennett, for following us. You know, we may have to come up with a like a giveaway or something when we hit 500.
And it will not be my Spider-Man cup.
Today, I thought we would talk about screenwriting and scripts.
Okay.
Because you can't even start a film if you don't have a script. And that's actually kind of what started my journey about 18 months ago. I would say 18 months is when this crazy journey really started, because that's when I wrote my first script for a screenwriting challenge. And it was kind of crazy how that happened. I was in the process wanting to learn screenwriting. I didn't know how to do it. I had gotten the software, Final Draft. The reason I wanted to learn screenwriting is I had a friend that is an author, that she had some books she wanted adapted, but neither one of us had written screenplays before, because it's a totally different type of writing. And so I was trying to learn, wanted to learn, but I hadn't done anything with it yet. And then 20 minutes before the submission deadline, a ad popped up on Facebook for a screenwriting competition. And you had to write 12 pages, a maximum of 12 pages in 8 days. And I still had never written a screenplay, but I'm like, 12 pages, 8 days, I can figure it out by then. So I did it, you know, because I figured if they give me the prompts and all of that, I have specific things I have to do and a deadline. That's usually what it takes for me.
Exactly. That's your motivation, right?
That's it, is give me a short deadline and some things, and I can figure it out. And that's when I actually wrote my first script. I got drama, caretaker, and meet and greet. And I thought, what the hell am I going to do with this? That sounds boring as all get out. And then I realized, oh, wait a minute. What about Bill? You know, he's been living with us for 16 years. Gerald's the caretaker. When he waited for Cahill, which, of those of you who watch Walker, Texas Ranger, Cahill was Walker's girlfriend. Well, Bill was going through a period where he thought he was a Texas Ranger. And so he sat out there for about 3 days waiting, because he thought Cahill was coming for dinner.
Waiting for Cahill.
Waiting for Cahill. And so I'm like, okay, there's my caretaker, there's my drama, and there is my meet and greet. Is Cahill coming? And that's what I wrote it on. And when I got the reason I did this is because you get feedback in this competition. No matter if you win, lose, go forward, whatever, you get feedback. And I thought that feedback will be invaluable in me learning. And when I got the feedback, nobody said it was crap. You know, always heard the first thing you write of anything's going to be crap. Well, nobody said that. And the feedback they gave me was really good. And so I took that, revamped it, and went to 19 pages, and then submitted it to the Lake Charles Film Festival. And lo and behold, it got in. I was in shock, you know, and I'm like, woohoo, it got in. Maybe I got something here. And then when I went, doggone if it didn't win second place. I'm like, hey, believe me, the pictures show it. I was in such utter shock. Wow. I no sooner mentioned to you that let's do scripts and screenwriting this week, when lo and behold, Doug Underwood, who is the producer and was my assistant director on contacted me and said, hey, I've got a couple of ideas for some other scenes for his film, and said, do you feel like being a sounding board for him? So here it is. I no sooner mentioned screenwriting than screenwriting stuff came up in my life. It's kind of like, you know, the universe is like, okay, this is the script for today. Even though this is not scripted, y'all, clearly.
Yeah.
We're still working it out. John's like, I don't know nothing about no scripting. Not quite like that. That was my country spin on it.
Well, the only thing scripted was my coffee, so, just so you know.
Always. Today I was sent a script from another friend. The friend that I originally was learning to screenwriting for has another friend that's working on a script that he wanted me to look at. And so I got that sent today. But anyway, so tell me about some of your experiences. You've got experiences reading scripts.
Sure.
So what are some of the little intricacies that you've noticed in scripts while you're shooting?
I would say it's pretty consistent across, you know, all the films and TV series that a script is going to change at some point, you know, while you're shooting. Excuse me. But some more than others. There's some where, you know, it seems like half of the script that you're given is rewritten or altered in some way. So either dialogue is removed or dialogue is added. There may be certain complete scenes in the shot list that are just taken away. Maybe some added in later on the backside. So, yeah, you get a script and you memorize it, and then a week later you memorize the new version, and then, so yeah, there's a lot of editing done. And of course, it's a learning curve, a learning process. As you get to shooting a film, some things work when you get on location and actually, you know, start setting things in motion. Some things don't work. So, yeah, you may have to do a
rewrite, right?
Yeah, you have a backup plan ready, or you just, you know, go back to the drawing board and say, hey, what do we do? How do we fix this, or what can we add in? So
I tried to do a minimal amount of that. About the last week or so, I tried to not make any changes to dialogue and such, unless it was absolutely necessary, because I didn't want to do that to y'all. And I think we did manage to do that we kept the dialogue pretty much the same, there was just minimal changes that happened to be required because of logistics, but most of that was more placement or something. It wasn't really anything that changed the dialogue. It was just the setup. And so I tried to be kind to y'all.
Yeah, and yours was very minimal. The only thing I noticed was just maybe a few cast changes, not replacing somebody with somebody else, but just maybe kind of shifting, you know, characters around. Like I know that you would consider me for the code switch position at one point, and then I ended up
and it was because
goon, and then
he fit the coat.
Yeah,
it was one of those
little bitty guy, short and skinny.
Well, it was one of those cases to where I needed somebody that was a specific size, height, you know, and so when he applied, I'm like, hey, wait a minute, you fit the coat, would you?
Yeah, one of those code switch guys, I was like, whatever you need, Penny. And that's what we do as actors a lot of times, say whatever you need, and then we get on set and we start going through, and what we really do is jockey for this other position.
Yeah, he really wanted to play the goon.
Yeah.
But luckily somebody else that popped in that applied that actually fit the coat even better. He fit the coat too, but he actually fit the character a little better.
Yeah, otherwise I was going to have to dye my hair jet black. And
yeah, we were going to have to put him in a tanning booth.
Yeah. So, luckily the other guy showed up.
Well, guys, you know, if even from a little film like Shh to a big Hollywood blockbuster, it all starts with a script and screenwriting. And, you know...
look here, it looks like we're just being informed that we have now surpassed 300 likes. So,
woo!
yay!
Thank you,
followers.
guys.
We really appreciate you. 300 followers. So we're looking to get a little bit more. But thanks for sticking with us and following us on this journey. So we're going to go ahead and wind this down. But if there are topics that you want to hear or that you want to learn about or something you want us to cover, please shoot us a PM, shoot us a comment, let us know. We'll get together and come up with some good content to put out for you related to filmmaking.
And I am Penny Lulu.
John Frederick signing off. See you next time.
Bye.